Welcome everyone to a deep dive into how artificial intelligence is really changing medicine.
Yeah, today we're digging into a whole stack of sources, news updates, research papers, industry insights, the lot.
And our mission, as always, is to pull out the key takeaways for you, so you can really get a handle on what's happening at the cutting edge of AI in healthcare, understand what it means, and, well, feel properly informed.
Exactly. It's not just about listing new tech. We want to explore why it matters.
For sure. The pace is just breathtaking, isn't it? How fast this is moving from labs to actual clinics. The potential feels enormous. Okay, let's unpack this. It's a bit of a wild ride. It really is.
Yeah.
And what's fascinating, I think, is seeing that shift from theory to real patient impact. We need to look at not just what's new, but what it actually means for how medicine is practiced.
Okay, so let's kick things off with a big one. AI as a diagnostic co-pilot. Microsoft's AI team. They've unveiled something called MAIDXO. And they're talking about medical superintelligence. That sounds pretty bold.
It does sound bold.
Can AI really diagnose better than a seasoned doctor?
Well, that's exactly the question they tried to answer with something called the Sequential Diagnosis Benchmark, or SD-Bench.
SD-Bench. Okay.
And this isn't just, multiple choice questions. It's designed to mimic how doctors actually work through a case. Iterative problem solving.
So like asking questions, ordering tests step by step.
Exactly. The models have to do that, based on 304 really challenging cases from the New England Journal of Medicine.
Okay, real complex stuff then.
Definitely. And MAIDXO isn't just one model. It's like a team of AI models working together, a virtual diagnostic team, if you like.
Interesting.
And it doesn't just look at getting the diagnosis right. It also tracks the cost of the tests it orders.
Ah, okay. Efficiency matters too.
Hugely. So here's the headline figure. Paired with GPT-4o, MAIDXO hit 85.5% diagnostic accuracy on this benchmark.
85.5. Wow. How does that compare?
Well, compare that to experienced human physicians working solo on the same cases without AI tools. They achieved 20% accuracy.
20%. That's a massive difference.
It's a huge difference. And what's more, MAIDXO apparently used fewer tests to get to the right answers, so more efficient too.
Okay, that's where it gets really interesting because the authors are saying this isn't just pattern matching, right? This is actual sequential diagnosis.
Precisely.
Like a patient comes in, cough, fever, the AI asks questions, maybe orders blood work, then an x-ray, at least pneumonia, say, that whole process.
That's the idea.
Yeah.
It's a big leap for these large language models, the LLMs, in handling complex diagnostic reasoning.
So what's the bigger picture here?
Well, connecting the dots, this isn't about replacing doctors. It's about creating a really powerful, hopefully trustworthy co-pilot for those high-stakes situations.
Right.
But, the performance on the benchmark is one thing. Real-world validation is crucial. And we need benchmarks that really capture clinical workflow and cost. That's the next step. But the potential, it's clearly there to empower doctors.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's not just diagnostics, is it? These breakthroughs are popping up all over the place in really specialized fields, too.
Oh, definitely. Let's look at fertility, for example.
Okay.
There's this AI system called STAR Sperm Tracking and Recovery at Columbia University Fertility Center.
STAR. Got it.
They had a couple infertile for 18 years because of azoospermia, basically. No sperm found in the semen. STAR scanned 8 million images.
8 million.
8 million. And found 3 hidden sperm cells. Just 3. That led to a successful pregnancy.
Wow. That's incredible precision, a real needle in a haystack situation.
Exactly. That was its first clinical success. Just shows the power for these really tough cases.
And then there's dementia diagnosis. I saw something about the Mayo Clinic.
Right. Their AI tool, StateViewer, it can look at a single FDG-PE scan.
Okay, what's an FDG-PE scan again?
Oh, it's an imaging technique that measures metabolic activity, basically, energy use in the brain. Different diseases leave different patterns.
Gotcha.
So StateViewer analyzes that scan and can identify 9 different types of dementia, including Alzheimer's.
9 types from one scan.
Yep. And it speeds up the diagnosis by up to 3 times, boosts accuracy. It gives doctors these visual, pattern-based insights for earlier, more precise care.
And that must make such a difference for patients and families, getting that diagnosis earlier.
Oh, absolutely. It raises that important question, doesn't it? How does early, accurate diagnosis change things for conditions like dementia? It allows for earlier planning, support, potential treatments. It really impacts quality of life.
Yeah. And looking ahead, it seems like medical training itself is starting to adapt. There's a university in China.
Guangdong Medical University,
Yeah.
They've launched China's first AI-focused medical school.
an entire school focused on AI.
Seems like it. They're integrating large medical models, VR, digital twins, the whole package. They're training future doctors to be fluent in AI-driven diagnosis, research, clinical care.
So building that AI native generation of doctors from the ground up, that's very forward thinking.
It really is, preparing them for a future where these tools are just part of the standard toolkit.
So, okay, we've got these amazing diagnostic tools, specialized applications, but what about, the day-to-day running of healthcare, patient care coordination, managing everything?
Right, that's where you see platforms like DocStribe coming in. It's pitched as a vendor-neutral, AI-powered precision care coordination platform.
Okay, break that down. What does it actually do?
Its main job is to identify patients who are at high risk for certain issues and proactively close potential gaps in their care across different specialties.
How does it do that with AI?
Exactly. It uses AI insights to analyze patient data, maybe anticipate patient behavior, like missing appointments or needing follow-up, and then triggers targeted outreach. It's about being proactive, not just reactive.
Making the whole system smarter, basically.
That's the goal. It supports customized care pathways, sends notifications right into clinicians' workflows, lets them track patients, see dashboards, all to monitor the impact of care.
And does it work? Are there results?
Well, they report some pretty significant numbers. An 18x average ROI for their partners, a 30% improvement rate in care delivery.
18x ROI. Wow.
Yeah, they stress it's built on deep clinical know-how, combining that data-driven precision with personalized follow-up. The aim is better outcomes, better revenue, and a better patient experience.
Right, making sure patients don't fall through the cracks.
Exactly. This is where AI starts to scale up and have a systemic impact, streamlining those really complex operations.
Okay, this all leads to a really crucial point, though. If AI is becoming so central, how do we make sure the next generation of doctors, nurses, everyone in healthcare is actually ready for this?
That's a huge question, and there's research looking into it. There was a study in BMC Medical Education about an extracurricular program at Brigham Young University, BYU.
Okay.
It was for pre-med students called the AI in Medicine Association, AIM, just a 4-week program.
Did it help?
Significantly, yeah. It really boosted their knowledge about both AI and pathology. The study reported large effect sizes, meaning the impact was pretty strong.
What did they actually learn?
It sounds quite comprehensive foundational AI concepts, ethics, which is critical,
Oh, definitely.
data preprocessing, even analyzing histological images like microscope slides.
And who benefited most? Did you need prior AI knowledge?
Well, that's one of the most interesting findings. Apparently, prior AI experience or even how students felt about AI beforehand didn't predict how much they improved.
Oh, really? So it's accessible even if you're starting from scratch?
That's what it suggests. The authors reckon this AIM model could be a promising blueprint for scalable learning, creating a more informed, ethically grounded, and AI-aware healthcare workforce.
So getting that exposure before med school seems key.
Absolutely. It's about laying the groundwork early, isn't it? Making them comfortable and knowledgeable from the get-go.
Yeah, makes total sense.
And you see this focus in specific research areas, too, just briefly, like in traumatic brain injury, TBI.
Okay.
There was research using reinforcement learning, that's AI, that learns by trial and error to optimize managing vital signs for ICU patients with TBI.
How did it do?
It actually improved 28-day survival rates, from 81% with clinicians managing alone, up to 88% when the AI helped personalize strategies for things like temperature and blood pressure.
Wow, 81 to 88%. That's a direct impact on saving lives.
A tangible impact, yes. And another quick one, Crohn's disease. An AI system, YOLO V5.
YOLO V5, like the saying.
Yeah, it's a type of computer vision algorithm. Anyway, it was used to identify and grade ulcers from specialized endoscopy images.
It achieved really high accuracy, over 90%. But importantly, it significantly helped junior endoscopists improve their own grading sensitivity and consistency.
So like a training tool as well as a diagnostic aid.
Exactly, helping humans perform better.
Okay, so let's try and pull this all together. We've seen AI stepping up as a diagnostic co-pilot, outperforming in some benchmarks. We've seen incredible breakthroughs in specific areas like fertility, speeding up dementia diagnosis, changing medical education itself.
Right, and also streamlining the broader patient care coordination.
And we're seeing efforts to get the next generation of medical pros ready for this AI world.
Yeah, through specific training and seeing AI integrated into research for things like TBI and Crohn's.
It feels like AI isn't just another tool anymore. It's becoming, well, a partner in healthcare. So what does this all mean for us, for the future of medicine.
Well, there's a great quote from Eric Topol, who's a real leader in digital medicine. He says basically, eventually, doctors will adopt AI and algorithms as their work partners.
And he goes on. This leveling of the medical knowledge landscape will ultimately lead to a new premium to find and train doctors who have the highest level of emotional intelligence.
Emotional intelligence, that's a really powerful thought to end on, isn't it?
It is.
If AI takes on more of the complex data analysis, the diagnostics, maybe even some treatment planning, what does that leave? What becomes even more important for human healthcare professionals?
Those uniquely human skills, presumably.
Right, like empathy, truly listening, understanding the whole person, not just the disease. That emotional intelligence Topol talks about, maybe those skills become the new premium.
It certainly makes you think what new roles might even emerge, roles that blend that human compassion and understanding perfectly with AI's precision.
Yeah, definitely something fascinating for all of us to mull over as we watch this incredible transformation happen.